Lambeau Field, home to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps Cadets, the world-famous 12th Bands, Lady Reveille, and from early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the LSU Tigers, taking on another team from the SEC, the Texas A&M Aggies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Aggies offense will get the first possession of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pop.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles, and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Aggies are on the move. Gets it out quickly. Open space at the 25. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Texas A&M trying to gig him in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They're going to throw it again. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The LSU Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Used the play fake, now to throw. Moving away from pressure. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. The short hands, it's Rhodes. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, two former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that, too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
They'll run the option. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
Now on 2nd and short after the first down completion. Looking to throw, it's Cook. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Now from inside the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Boone. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the play fake. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
I think we need to see more creativity in the route running. We need some slants. We need some out-breaking routes. You're expecting man coverage down this area of the field, so you've got to do something to create separation.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing for this offense now moving forward in this game. That last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This drive will open from the 15. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll start this drive at their own 48. He leaves it with his back. Running with power.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Goes to the option. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases.
And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give to the back. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On second down, he'll fire. Got a man. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Throwing right. And the misconnection on third down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Slipped through the line. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Line gets set, first down. One running back in the backfield, and he has it.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the back.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. They'll try the run. Keeps the legs moving. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. To the air on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Makes a guy miss and finally brought down at about the 25.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Sweet cut there. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
2nd down after that incompletion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, going up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He'll start this drive firing. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
You see these windows, they're getting smaller and smaller to throw into. Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a hand in there, knocking that ball away.
The run to the left. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll ride his man on the option. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
The quarterback and the offensive line really do a good job. What do? They sell pass first. Everything looks like pass. Nope, they hit you with a run. Really great job working together with a little bit of misdirection.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Quick strike complete. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense. These little guys, they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Movement here from the tight end. They'll give it to the back. And he could not get loose on the run.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Snagged in the middle. It's Mayo. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. LSU lining up first and goal. They'll go to the air. The sweet feet buy a little time. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they take it in for 6 more points. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tennessee opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standing.
Gonna take a shot. And he hauls it in at the 30. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Aggies. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Oh, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back to pass, it's Cook. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20 and pick up a 5.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Pulls it in. The expressway is wide open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. A great catch and run for 6.
When these offenses get in the rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. They're bringing heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The incomplete pass leaves them with 2nd down. To throw, it's Cook. Firing to the right, complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Oh, he makes the catch. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
Spins away from the defense. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Smashes it between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 15, here comes the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that 1st half. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 2nd half. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
Picks up 6. Brings up second down.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll go to the ground. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. Looking to pass. It's Cook. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll leave it with him. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, things have mostly been going right for this offense in this game so far. That's why they have the lead they have. But that time, a little bit of a mental error. That should have been intercepted. Don't love the decision by the quarterback.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Well, they're able to get the negative play, great individual effort. I know LSU's defense always goes by DBU, but they've had some big-time players up front on that D-line, too. And you think recently, guys like Marcus Spears, Glenn Dorsey, Kiki Mingo, Daniil Hunter, dudes that can line up one-on-one. These guys were like avatars with their frames. So difficult to block and so athletic. That's what this guy reminds you of sometimes.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the yoke. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Zings it complete to the right. Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game?
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After the incompletion, it's second down. Trying to get to it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Fourth down and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Gets it out fast. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's now second down after the short completion. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run down in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime. Maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. They were trying to get the screen set up, but it just took a little too long to develop.
Yeah, and the quarterback's supposed to, invite those guys to run upfield on a screen pass, but they got to him so fast he couldn't get rid of the football, and they got the sack.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. Just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Brings up third down.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Back to pass, it's Cook. A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Leaves it with the running back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll do it himself. Makes it past the marker. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Holding.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They'll operate out of split backs. They'll run play action, feeling some heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They'll run the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And that is no good. Well, they missed the field goal. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone their way in this one. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. A 1st down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Running behind that left side. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle, setting up for it.
Throws to the back. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll come to the line, 90 seconds to play here in the 3rd. Give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line.
42 Spider. Unlock.
He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Cook. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Dances away again. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
You hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
He got his hands on it but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He's got his man, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He'll pull it down. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Going to try to get it himself. Keeps it himself and gets the first. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. This defense might be reeling after those last two and now facing first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Texas A&M going quickly. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Now after the misfire, it leaves him with 3rd and goal from the 3. They'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Going with the ground game left. Racing down the left side. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. Lowers those pads. Touchdown LSU. And the stomping has commenced. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Diego State is on top right now, but that's not exactly Marshall Faulk out there running circles around the D. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by just 1 over UCLA. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On first down, here comes this offense. From the gun, he'll try to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own. He's going to throw deep right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out.
Returner goes out of bounds.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Runs through a tackle. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. He's going to pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back behind the chains, 1st and 15. Here's the handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Power football with the run. Great move there. Good, solid tackle.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on the 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th out of my pocket if I want to go for it.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for.
And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Smashes through. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll try the right side. Just slithered through the tackle, and he's got room to run. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, LSU! And the beatdown has ensued.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner will be brought down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent to.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it, using the quick game. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Wants to throw on 1st down. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Here's a throw downfield late. And the ball is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. 1st down for this offense. Leaves it with the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. This is why the passion of college